Welcome to Join the Story of Journey. Here, every story takes you on an unforgettable adventure filled with emotions, lessons, and inspiration. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into another amazing journey together. Ethan Carter was the man everyone envied. At 35, he had built a thriving tech company from scratch, creating a revolutionary app that connected small businesses with global markets. His business boomed, earning him millions awards and the title of the visionary entrepreneur. Ethan's personal life was just as enviable. He was married to Claire, a compassionate and supportive woman, and together they had a 7-year-old daughter, Lily, who was the light of his life. They lived in a sprawling penthouse overlooking the city, where every day felt like a celebration of their success. But as Ethan climbed higher, cracks began to form in his perfect world. He started spending less time at home, pouring every ounce of energy into expanding his company. Claire often warned him, "Ethan, don't forget what really matters." But he brushed it off, convinced he was doing it all for his family. The fall began subtly. A delayed payment from a major client, a risky deal that didn't pay off, and growing tension among the board of directors. Ethan trusted his best friend and business partner, Jake, to handle the finances while he focused on innovation. One evening, Ethan returned home to find Claire waiting with tears in her eyes. "Ethan, we need to talk," she said. She had discovered discrepancies in their personal accounts, money missing, unexplained withdrawals. Alarmed, Ethan dug deeper, only to uncover a horrifying truth. Jake had been embezzling funds for years. The betrayal hit like a thunderbolt. Jake fled the country, leaving Ethan to face the fallout. Lawsuits piled up. Investors pulled out. Within months, the company declared bankruptcy. As the scandal became public, Ethan's name was dragged through the mud. Friends distanced themselves, and the media labeled him as reckless and greedy. Then the final blow came. Claire decided she couldn't take the strain anymore. She left, taking Lily with her. Ethan didn't blame her. He barely recognized himself anymore. One cold December evening, Ethan found himself sitting in his car, staring at an eviction notice. The penthouse was gone, and with no family or friends willing to take him in, he had nowhere to go. For weeks, he slept in his car, surviving on fast food and the dwindling contents of his savings account. On New Year's Eve, Ethan wandered aimlessly through the city, his hands shoved deep into his pockets. He passed couples celebrating, children laughing, and fireworks lighting up the sky. It felt like the universe was mocking him. That's when he noticed a small, dimly lit bookstore tucked into a narrow alley. It was the kind of place most people would walk past without a second glance, but something about it drew him in. Inside, the air was warm and smelled of old books. The store owner, an elderly man named Walter, greeted him with a smile. "Looking for something?" he asked. Ethan hesitated before admitting, "I'm just trying to get out of the cold." Walter nodded knowingly. He didn't pry but offered Ethan a cup of tea and a book to read. It was a biography of a famous entrepreneur who had lost everything before building an empire. For the next few hours, Ethan sat by the store's old radiator, engrossed in the story. When he finally got up to leave, Walter handed him a slip of paper with an address. "If you're looking for a fresh start, come back tomorrow," he said. Desperate and with nothing to lose, Ethan returned. Walter offered him a job cleaning the store and a small room in the back to live in. It wasn't much, but it was enough to keep him afloat. Working at the bookstore wasn't glamorous, but it gave Ethan the space he needed to reflect. Walter became a mentor, introducing him to books about resilience, leadership, and mindfulness. Ethan devoured every word, finding solace and inspiration in their pages. Gradually, he started writing down his own thoughts. What began as a private journal evolved into a blog where he shared his journey from rock bottom. His posts were raw and honest, and they struck a chord with readers. Comments poured in from people who had faced similar struggles, thanking him for his vulnerability. Encouraged by the response, Ethan decided to start a small online business offering life coaching services and productivity tools. It was a slow climb, but this time, Ethan was patient. He poured his heart into every product and treated his clients with genuine care. 5 years later, Ethan's business had grown into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. But this time, he measured his success not by the size of his bank account, but by the lives he had touched. He also reconciled with Claire and Lily. It wasn't easy, but he proved to them that he had changed. He became the father Lily could rely on, and the partner Claire could respect. At a public event celebrating his achievements, Ethan was asked what he had learned from his journey. He smiled and said, "Losing everything was the best thing that ever happened to me. It taught me what really matters: integrity, resilience, and never losing sight of who you are." Ethan continued to grow his business, mentor others, and give back to the community. But he never forgot the lessons he learned on that cold December night in Walter's bookstore.